Okay, take 4 or 5. KISS, keep it simple survival. Always be creating destiny. KISSabc.com. Take 5. We're out here again in the middle of the desert, of the Arizona desert, and I got a bucket with me, and I want to dress up for you today, so I figured I'd just wear a plain t-shirt and my boots, and just going to go over some things again with the bucket, so that way you can understand a little bit more about what it is that you're deciding, contemplating, or you might be caught in your head somewhere that you don't know if it's true or correct, if you think you can stop an earthquake or a tidal wave or a tornado, or even a flood or a fire, the things that cause disasters, emergencies. An emergency could be as far as you breaking down on the side of the road. You could be going on vacation in your El Dorado, and next thing you know, blow a flat. There's nobody within miles, and you don't have a survival bucket in the back of your El Dorado. Well, you got to come up with some options at that point. Cell phone don't work out here. Electronics don't work out here. Battery in the laptop there is only for so long, and this video is only for so long. So let's give it up for our Marines and the freedom we have and our Constitution. God bless this great country, and it's going to bless you as well. So I'm out here today just to show you some other things that are in the bucket for you to understand it. I kind of want to show you all of it at once, but that's a lot to grasp at one time, I guess you'd say. Again, we don't predict what's going to happen to us. We can only get prepared. We prepare for today. We prepare for tomorrow today. That's what we have to do. And some people don't do that. Some people wait till the last minute, like today, being April 15th, tax day, or April 17th, sorry. And you waited till the last minute to do something, and you did it. You got it accomplished. Hopefully you filed your taxes, right? Uncle always calls if you don't. Anyway, we'll move beyond the politics and all that stuff. This is about human life, about all 7.4 billion of us. There's a lot of good things in life that you can do to give back to this world. Mine is this, okay? Again, I'll give you a little bit about me. Just a 42-year-old man with 2 children, and currently I am in Arizona, and I'm out here promoting my business to have buckets for people to survive. Now, if I broke down right here and didn't have a bucket, what am I going to do? Flash FEMA down or something? Ask the military to come save me? These are things that are principles for our country and for the survival of life. There needs to be like an emergency, something out here for people, just in case they do break down. And those things matter, not only to me, but I know a lot of other people. Whether it be on the coast of California, in the form of an earthquake. There's no emergency packs out there, buckets, if you will, to save life if an earthquake did happen at moment's notice. There's thousands of people out there running the beach. And if that happened, one human can save another human's life, and another 2 can save 4 into 8. But there's nothing out there. There was a helicopter flying over, like I said, when I went over there. Helicopter can't save us all, although it'd be a good job to get that helicopter to notice you. So, survival buckets, they have the rope around them, as I told you. The rope you can tie to your waist and send it downstream, and it's waterproof. Everything inside there is waterproof. Tie it to your children or to your tent that's in the bucket. When I say tent, I mean tarp. It's not that the tarp is something special, but you could use a lot of it for a lot of different things. The tarp is eventually going to come out of the bucket. So some of the first things you might need: toilet paper, made in America. It's one good thing to have when informed of disaster. You can't crawl back in your house that's gone up in a tornado and turn around and go find your toilet paper that you've been buying at Costco or Winco or Fry's. Just can't do that. You got your family right here. You got to be able to provide them with something, and those things matter. And I bet you they matter to your family, to know that you're the man that made that decision. That's what we do. We make decisions. So you got the rest of the stuff right here. I've shown you a few of them. You know, I'm going to grab some more stuff out of here. That fishing line I told you about is in here. Okay, fishing line that you need, that could be used for many different things, whether it be security, whether it be used to bait something. Security as in like a perimeter around your campsite, your emergency site. It can be used to dangle some bait to catch something to eat. Even though there's lots of plants out here that you might look at and see, that you might want to check to see if they're edible, if not, or if they're poisonous. Again, that's in the bucket, in the manifest of the bucket. Okay. There's lots of other stuff in here that you can do. Okay. Personally, the filters, coffee filters made in the USA, you know, they could be used for a lot of different things. You could obviously get that coffee out and get yourself a cup right away so you can start thinking of what it's going to take for you to survive. But not only for water purposes, but a lot of other things that you need, whether it be a mask and Mount Rainier blue and you're out near it and the wind blows in and you're covered in ash. You know, these are good to have. So keep in mind, you know, there's a flint stick in here. Okay, there's a flint stick in here. You don't have matches no more. You used them all. Let's say the first 10 days you used all your matches. Lord knows why. Now you have a flint stick and you can make fire, heat in the middle of the night for your family to cook. Something to keep in mind. And it's got a little rope on there for everybody to as well have, so it stays on your belt or stays with you. Okay. Lots of other things in here that you can use to stay alive. And you know, I said in the first video, baby wipes, very important. Whether you use the soap, the rag, or anything else, baby wipes, and there's Tide to do your laundry, enough for that 90 days, depending upon your portion. Okay, which is in the manifest and the instructions on how to stay alive for 90 days with what you have in the bucket. Clothing, after you wear them through the woods, through the jungle, through the desert, you kind of want cleanliness, you know, hygiene. Your wife would tell you that, right? Well, I'm a single man. I've raised a couple kids, and I've had to do my own laundry. Done it for years, and you know, learning how to do that is something new when you're in survival mode. You can't just use the whole package and say you're out of soap now. And you know, you can also use it for yourself in the form of survival. Okay, these are things that matter, that mean something, and that you might need. You know, and there's even mouthwash, hygiene again. Okay, you know, we love our women and children. However, your job is to make sure they are okay. And again, it's not that much of it, but it's enough for you to mix a little bit of water in it and make some more, or of water that you do have, you know, and you can use it for many different other things other than just mouthwash. But for the sole purpose of the bucket, we put them in there for your hygiene and for your wife's hygiene and your children. And again, you can use this so you're out in the wilderness or out in the middle of you know, Texas, or you're out in the middle of Kansas, and your bottle of your Costco big box of mouthwash is swept away inside of a tornado, and Lord knows where it's at. So now you know you have some. Your wife knows you have some. So at the end of the day, it's important. Okay. So there's things in here, as in baking soda, that's made in the USA. What can I use baking soda for? Baking soda can be used for many different things, whether it's your belly, you got a stomach ache, whether it's your teeth, toothpaste, natural cleaning. A lot of different things that baking soda can be used for. Your baking soda is out in a tornado, somewhere out in the ocean probably, or if you're in Texas, it could be out in the field. In Florida, Lord knows where it would be, a gator might have it. Again, made in America. These are things that are very important to me, because we have issues with manufacturing here in America. Okay, we were born off manufacturing, then we're going to go back to it, just because we're at that point in our lives where we're not sure about tomorrow. We got to prepare today for tomorrow. You got to get out of your mindset that you're not ready to do it. You are ready. You're standing above ground. You're listening to this video, and thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm very grateful for it. However, you know, every time I was with my children and trying to figure out what I needed the next day and the next day, that week, that month, that year. They taught me very valuable lessons. Children do teach adults very valuable lessons. And what it was is I kept trying to prepare for what it was that they needed, whether it be crayons, whether it be chalk, whether it be coloring books. We have stuff in the bucket for your children to play. Now, if you guys had a disaster and your children are right there, you know, and they're sitting there with you, and you turn around and you're trying to stress out over the whole world coming to an end, and you don't think the sun's going to come up, God forbid you think like that, but they don't know that. And at a peace of mind, you can give them some chalk to color on that concrete that fell apart. Those are things that matter. Those to keep the children the sense of it, of their well-being and their mindset together. You know, they look for sustainability, and these things matter to all people. Sustainability matters to all children, and your job is to sustain them and make sure that you get them to where they got to go so they can make it. You can't just assume that FEMA's going to come in and save your butt or your family's butt, or there's going to be some line to a food like back in 1938. It just doesn't happen today. Okay? What they will do is put you in that line. So let's just get it straight and move forward with trying to figure out what it's going to take for you to make this decision. And again, the decision only takes a second for you to understand that you love your family. I love mine. Everyone loves theirs. And it should be family first. And you know, this is coming, again, I have no teleprompter. I'm not reading from some script. I didn't memorize this, okay? It's coming from up here, and the great things that have happened to me over my experience, okay? So, Keep It Simple Survival was born, you know, over the fact of many years of practice, of experiences, and seeing our country turning around and making moves every time something like a hurricane or tornado or earthquake came into play. You know, I watched a video the other day of 1,500 people died over in Asia because they had nothing to grab in the water. The buckets float, and there's a rope on them. Again, you can tie your kids to it with a bungee, just in case they want to bungee away. Okay, you got to get to the point to where you know, to where you take the uncertainty out of what it is you're trying to think of, saying that we'll be okay. Okay, insurance is great if you can make it to the insurance guy and say, can I get paid? But this isn't that. You know, whatever it was that you were going through is not today. Okay, that's the past. Let's put it behind us. Today is about you. You're alive. You're above ground. You can make decisions. You're going to make it. You just got to start with making simple ones for yourself, for your family, for everything that it takes to survive. Okay, part of that is in that bucket, giving you the mindset that it takes to make it. You know, there's a lot of great sayings in this world and a lot of things that people say to us to get us motivated and to get us moving. The one main thing I found is love. The love for yourself and the love for life. We have a lot of love for materialistic things. Big houses, fast cars, and a lot of freedom, right? Good music, good country music, and you know, the love for you to give to other people, other human life, whether it be female, male, whether they're religious or their religion isn't your religion, whether they're from a different country. There's 218 of them. You know, you still have the ability inside to give, and to give your love for human life in the form of a disaster. This is that. This is why I did this. And mine is to ensure the fact that all of us, not just one of us or two of us or three of us, all of us are saved. And all of us can count on each other. So one mind doesn't work no more. Two are better than one, and we put them together. We just put every experience together, whether we have a disaster in Florida this year, whether Texas gets 10 feet of water this year, or Louisiana or Mississippi. You know, it was all country before it was city. And then the city came in, and now we got all these big concrete buildings and great stuff. It's fabulous. Don't get me wrong. It's great economic demographics. However, you can't think that way in the form of a disaster, and you don't know when Mount Rainier is going to blow. It's way overdue. And these are things that matter. You can go out there. I climbed up to the summit, and I tell you straight up, there was no survival gear up there for me. I had to bring it. So make the decision. Decide and do it. Don't wait for something to happen. Be prepared that you know for a fact. Okay? Again, this is a preliminary shot, number 4 or 5. I'm not sure yet. I'm still building them. the video might not be as great as your videos, or as great as TV or Hollywood might have it. But again, this is me giving you my attention and my undivided attention to let you know that you know, I believe in you. I believe that you're going to make it, and I believe you're going to make these decisions because you want to. You love your family, as I love mine. My mother, my brother, my sisters, and my children, and my nieces and nephews, and everybody. The love for life is something that you got to get back. Whoever took it from you, you need to just not listen to them no more. Fill your mind up with positive influences, positive people, and surround yourself with those guys. And if you don't have that, then do that. Write it down and figure it out. Make decisions that make you feel good about yourself, your family, and what you're doing in life. You know, you can have a great job that pays $250,000 a year. I applaud you. You went to school. You graduated from Boston College. Got it. But at the end of the day, you know, whether you're in a courtroom and it falls down at the beginning of your session with the judge, what's your family doing? Is your family protected? Is you know, are you prepared to move them forward with your life? And you know, again, I'm a simple man. I like simple things. I keep it simple and straightforward, like George Strait. Okay. At the end of the day, play some country music and relax. You're gonna make it. Okay. David out.